A very good evening to all of you, friends. I have come up with an offbeat topic, and in this season of Asian Games, in this season of Indian athletes bringing joy, Indian sports persons bringing joy, I am trying a different topic, trying to discuss with you a very different topic: the pace of life. We are in this life, into this world, and we have to maintain pace. We have to be in step, in unison with the pace of life. What is pace of life? Pace of life can be defined as the interaction between the technological intervention, the technological changes, the mechanical changes, the developments in technology, and side by side the development of the consequent its consequent effects and development of our culture, our attitudes, our customs, our social behavior, our modes, and everything. So in this 21st century, in the third decade of this 21st century, we have so many technological interventions, we have so much technological interventions that the pace of life has gone berserk. It has gone very fast. In small towns or in villages, we have a bit laid back life, but in metros or in big cities or in developed countries, that is on a breakneck pace, the pace of life indeed. What is pace of life? It can be also defined by a few examples at the individual level, as well as at the level of society. At the individual level, say if I am 50-year-old and my son who is doing graduation is 20 years old, and he asks me for a car, and I say, son, please wait for 2 years. Those 2 years comprise just 4% of my life. If I am 50 years old, just 4% of my life. But those 2 years are 10% of the life of my son. How will he wait for those 10% of? How will he wait for those 10%? For that 10%, that is too long. It can become more stark. The example, if we say a 24-year-old mother consoles her daughter, a 2-year or 1-year kid, to bring her candies 2 hours after, and she is crying, the baby is crying. Those 2 hours are too much of a time for the baby. That is the pace of life. The pace of life slows down with your age, and the pace of life is very fast when you are young. And at the societal level, as I said, the pace of life is very fast, and our cultural patterns, our civilization, our values, our attitudes, they change. They are in consonance, but they change much more slowly than the technological changes. The technological changes occur very fast. Let me cite the example of marriages. Like in my village, in our times, we had a long feast and community gathering, and the marriage ceremony went for say a month or so. And the cousins, all sorts of extended kinship, all sorts of relatives, they came together at one place after the harvest, say for 1 month, and all the rituals were going on. Like we say in my village, the matkor, the marwa, the patwan, and so many things, the community feast and merrymaking and all that. And after that came the D-Day of Bharat, or the D-Day of that thing. And there were so many extended, even after Bharat, there was so much of customs and rituals to follow. But the pace of life has shrunk that. The pace of life has make so much migrations. The whole society, the younger generation, has migrated for their livelihood, for better life, so-called better life, and for their development to the far off places in the world or in metros. And now the rituals of marriages have also undergone a metamorphosis. Now all the events are standalone events. Like we say this, the Mehndi and the Ladies Sangeet ceremony. That's a standalone ceremony, and all the invited people have to follow a dress code. or like the haldi ceremony. In that also it's a standalone ceremony, and again a dress code has to be followed, and the selected friends would come. And the D-day, the wedding. On the wedding day, there are destination weddings. People go there, all classy people, all invited select guests, and the community at large just either listens to those stories, or just watches the pics, or watches the things on this, or goes there, or gets those news in their villages or in their small towns. They also watch those things on social media. They also watch those photos through social media. But there is a yawning gap. The technology has created divides. The technology has made some people very powerful, some people very enabled, and most of the other people are left out. This is the pace of life, and especially when we talk about at a personal level, the middle-aged persons, or the persons who are getting older, they are at the receiving end, and the younger people, they are in consonance. They are the agents of that pace of change. So always curse it or enjoy it. We have to keep pace with the technological interventions. We have to keep pace. We have to keep pace with life. Though people often allege that the value systems, or the moral, everything has gone down, but that is only said in all ages, that the values have changed. It changed in Buddha's times also, when after the Vedic sacrifices and Vedic rituals, the Vedic times, in the post-Vedic society, there was an urban revolution, and a merchant class had come, and Lord Buddha exactly and precisely gave his thoughts, gave his sermons for that mercantile community. So in every age there is this crisis, there is this metamorphosis, there is this change and there is this race between the technology, an uneasy adjustment race between this technological upgradation, technological changes, and the consequent effect and changes on the cultural mores, on the customs, and on our rituals. This has to be there, and we have to go in tandem. We have to always adjust ourselves, comfortably or uncomfortably. That is our choice, that is our individual choice, but we have to adjust. We have to make ourselves adapt with these things, adapt with technology, and we have to go in tandem. We have to keep pace with the life. The pace of life indeed has speeded up, has become very fast. That was it. It was an offbeat topic, but I tried my best to explain my limited knowledge, what I had done, and I wish all of you a very, very good year ahead. And whatever you are doing, do it with all your heart, do it with all the efficiency, do it with all your inner strength. I again say goodbye and good night to all of you. Bye bye.